Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Alex's tutorial, and in this episode of Alex's tutorial I am going to show you how to use the clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator. That is right, in this episode of Alex's tutorial I'm going to show you how to use the clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator. So here we are in Adobe Illustrator. First, if you want to do a clipping mask of this image, all you have to do is go to the shapes and select a shape that you want to cut out of this from this image. This can be either be an image or a vector object. Here we're going to use a circle, a round circle, for this exercise of this clipping mask, and a clipping mask is basically what it is. You are basically clipping out, cutting out something out of a picture or a vector object. So I'm going to make this purple to make this exercise look better for you. We're going to use an outline of a purple circle, and let's say if you want to do a cutout or a clipping mask of Kobe Bryant's number 24. All you have to do is have the shape object over the image or a vector object that you have here, and all you have to do is select both. That is right, you have to select both objects. The object on top, the shape object on top, should be over the object that you want to cut out, like you see here. So make sure you select the objects that you want to cut out by clicking both, and go to the top left hand corner under object. Once you go to object that you see here on the top left corner, you're going to go to clipping mask and make. It's clipping mask and make. It's Control 7, and it is Command 7 if you're using a Apple iMac or a MacBook. So that is the clipping mask tutorial in Adobe Illustrator. So as you can see, we just Command C, undo, and you can always Alt Control 7 to undo the clipping mask also. Let's say if you're not satisfied with this shape, or you want to make this bigger, you can always select a different shape. Let's use a star for an example. You can also use a pen tool to create any shape that you want. And I'm going to use the star, put over Kobe Bryant's number 24. Let's enlarge the shape. Make sure the star is on top of the photo or a smart object, and then the smart object is below. Clipping mask and make, or Control 7 if you're in Windows, or Command 7 if you are using a Apple device. So pretty simple, pretty straightforward tutorial using the clipping mask in Adobe Illustrator. So if you want to release the clipping mask, you can always release by using the right click button on your mouse, release clipping mask. As you can see here, we're going to release clipping mask to undo the clipping mask, or you can also use Alt Control 7 or Alt Command 7 to undo the clipping mask. So you want to do this manually, you can hit release here, and it also tells you the Alt Control 7. And if I were you, I would really recommend remembering the shortcuts of Adobe Illustrator and Adobe Photoshop. It will save you a lot of time instead of going to the top left corner and figuring out where each tool is. And this also goes for in creating outlines, which is Control O. And yeah, so let's say you You want to clip mask a smart object or a vector object. Let's create a Christmas tree since we're in at the end of the year, or Christmas is one of the biggest holidays, and we're going to create a Christmas tree, and we're going to use that as an example and showing that you can also create a clipping mask in using clipping mask when you're not only using it for an image, or you can also use it for a smart object or a vector object, that is. When I was first learning graphic design in Adobe Illustrator, I thought using a clipping mask was only applied to images, but years down the road, figuring out what I want to do with my life, I found out that you can also use clipping masks for lots of things, not only for images. So that's a quick, short story of my personal life right there. Let's make the Christmas tree green, and this is a simple example, nothing too complex here. Let's center this, but you really get the idea of what I'm trying to do here. And let's enlarge this tree. Let's use this shape. Let's use a different shape just to drive home the point. We're going to use this circular square that you can see on the icons on your Apple iMac, or an iPhone, that is. And let's say that let's say you have this vector object, and you want this inside of the shape that is purple. You want to have this triangle shape. All you got to do is Command 7 in. Yeah. So yeah, that's pretty much about this tutorial about clipping masks in Adobe Illustrator. If you like this video, please give this video a huge thumbs up. Comment in the comment section below what you think about this tutorial. Make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. Be sure to check out my other YouTube content that is on this channel. And thank you for watching Alex's tutorial, and I will see you on the next one.